One of the hottest topics in F1 after the Monza GP, Nyck de Vries, has been criticised by Mercedes for the choice he's made when it comes to signing a deal in F1. He was a reserve driver for Mercedes, and he filled the spot of Hamilton in France as well as the spot of Vettel in Monza on Friday. The sudden replacement of Albon due to the appendicitis that the Thai suffered has changed de Vries' life so quickly, and out of Williams and Alpha Tauri, the Dutchman chose the Italian team. This doesn't sit right with Mercedes, as they had something to say regarding his choice. But before we go deep into what Mercedes said about de Vries' contract with Alpha Tauri, make sure to subscribe to our channel F1 Fanbase, leave a like on this video and turn on the notifications from our channel. Nyck de Vries had signed a contract with Alpha Tauri at the Singapore Grand Prix, and when it was evident that he'd be joining one of Mercedes' fiercest rival-affiliated teams, he no longer attended Mercedes' meetings. Prior to that, de Vries had technical information about the team and can now easily share some of that information with Alpha Tauri. De Vries' duties as a Mercedes reserve driver remain until the end of the season, and although he won't attend to certain events for Mercedes, he is still obliged to fill in Russell's seat on Friday in Mexico. According to Mike Elliott, the technical director of Mercedes F1, even though the team has no concerns about de Vries getting a taste of the team's latest developments before heading to a rival camp, it's a shame he chose Alpha Tauri as his next destination. We're really pleased for him for the opportunity he's got. Maybe a shame where he's going, but that's what it is. I think he deserves the opportunity. I think he's shown he's a very good driver. Having him in the garage has been brilliant. He's a really nice guy, very switched on, and he understands the car. As I said, I guess what we want is to wish him luck. I think he's been very honourable in the way he's dealt with us, so no concerns. Mercedes hasn't been able to secure de Vries a seat in either the senior or the affiliated teams, and now that Latifi has been sacked by Williams, de Vries had a chance to drive for Williams and potentially replace Hamilton when the 7-time world champion decides to retire. However, the Dutchman has recognized the potential of Alpha Tauri and the chance to possibly drive for Red Bull from 2025 onwards, with Perez's deal expiring at the end of the 2024 season. There is a huge difference between George Russell's and Nyck de Vries' situation with Mercedes. For starters, Russell was Mercedes' protege, similar to what Piastri was to Alpine. De Vries was just a reserve driver for the Brackley-based team, and he had no one to ask as to whether he should continue his tenure or not. When talking about this matter, de Vries said, "I guess I was perceived as a Mercedes driver in the past couple of years, which I was to an extent, that I was racing for them in Formula E and active as an F1 reserve driver. But apart from those contracts, there was no other affiliation. Of course, we built up a very friendly relationship over the year, so they've been very supportive and helpful. But at the same time, I'm here to look after my own interest. Of course, I hope that they are disappointed to lose something. I don't know. You may ask that question to them, but I also think that they are pleased for me and happy to see me getting an opportunity on the grid in F1 next year." It seems like de Vries is very close with Verstappen, and although he is older than the 2-time world champion, he perceives him as his older brother. According to Verstappen, both of them had dinner after the Monza GP, and he told de Vries to give Helmut Marko a call about a potential seat in Alpha Tauri. With all the talk that was going around about Gasly and his potential contract with Alpine, it was evident that Alpha Tauri was seeking a replacement for Gasly. When talking about the dinner after the Monza GP, Verstappen said, "We had a dinner the day after Monza, and I told him, just give Marko a call, you never know what happens." It was also the right time to call him. Helmut is probably still excited on a Monday from the race on a Sunday. It worked out well, and I'm very happy for him. With that being said, it's evident that de Vries has a bright future ahead of him, and it was the right thing to do to not wait for any advice and just grab what's in front of him. He'd waited for so long to drive in F1, and now that the opportunity has been presented to him, he made sure to grab it with both his hands. What do you think about de Vries and his contract with Alpha Tauri? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to know more about McLaren's ongoing saga with Alpine, click on this video that's popping on the bottom left of your screen right now.